Hello and welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Football Club. Guys, the Chiefs ilungise izwe, izolo, we fixed the country, and our top goal scorer has the same number of goals as Ontabaga Konja. I won't even talk about those ones. Anyways, how did the players perform? I will talk about that in a bit. But before I talk about that thing, I will also just talk about Khune injury. Apparently is not as serious as we initially thought. But they said they will still assess it further to see how serious it is, because it would be such a blow if we did not have Khune available, for the reasons that I will still talk about in the video as well. And also apparently Caleb did not get the match ball because of the fact that Stellenbosch said they had limited number of balls. Okay, I'm not going to make it a big deal because it's Stellenbosch and we have a good relationship with them. I'm just going to take them at their way to Guti. They had limited match balls, because Lely Paula is one of the balls that is the ball so for the World Cup. So limited stock, whatever. So it's just sad to hear stuff like this, Uguti. So they never thought Uguti someone might score a hat trick, even one of their players. But again, this is SA, so hat tricks are not scored that often. So Caleb, all he had to do was to take a picture with his match ball. So yeah, that sucks. Anyway, let's talk about player ratings. First of all is Khune. Khune, again, we know he got injured, but before he got injured, I saw the way vision yakhe. We can talk about vision Khune. He's one of the best in the world, and at some point was the best in the world with the distribution yak. And what I appreciated more about him was that whenever we got the ball, he was always checking hot and pinpoint passes was hot, and then we're out and running at the team. So I give him a 7 for that, because he did not finish the game, but when he was playing, he played well. We move on to Uriv. He did not play an impressive match. But what he did do successfully is the fact that MTHEMBU, guys, last time we played against Stellenbosch, MTHEMBU was giving us trouble. Yes, but yesterday, I know also there were tweaks in the system that made it even much better. But Uriv, I think he also had something to do with MTHEMBU being quiet. So for that, Riv gets a 7. I do think he can still do better with crosses going forward, because yesterday when he did get a chance to cross the ball, I was like, okay, I expected better, because that's the whole idea of you playing. You are good with playing the balls into the box. Anyways, move on to Uhlanti. What can I say? He will give you, I said this before again, Uguti, he knows the basics. He can play the ball, and also not just the basics. We saw Uguti when we were leading, Beseguna Leo Kasi Flavor Nyane Sechigabant and whatnot, which is good sometimes, but sometimes it's not so great. Right now we're behind the Super Sport on goal difference. So if we had stopped playing games and dribbling around and forced our way to the front and started scoring more goals, maybe that goal difference between us and Super Sport is non-existent, and we are above them. So yeah, I'm not saying this to beef with him. I'm saying he played well, but I do feel like at times baby gonna be more by dribbling and wasting time more goals, because what we need now is a team to stop. We need to score goals and more goals, so the teams, when they playing against us, they defend for their lives. This thing, your good team is playing against Chiefs and they're busy attacking. No, it's unacceptable. They can't do that. So the way to stop them from doing that is to score more goals. Anyway, Hlanti played a solid game yesterday, and I give him a 7 for that. Ungezana is one of the players, as I said yesterday, I feared for him when I saw Gutu was starting the game, but he had a good performance, because with him it's not just about going out there and having a good performance, it's also having all the mistakes at the back of his head. Oh my god, I might make a mistake, but he did not make a mistake. Actually had a brilliant game, and for his performance, I won't say much, he just got an 8. And then Udove, who was the man of the match by the DSTV Premiership commentators, he had a solid game once again, just like midweek. When he played a bad pass, we lost the ball and it ended up being a goal. Same thing yesterday happened, but Maususa, all of that, you had a brilliant performance from him, and I actually give him a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I know. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, please do like, and if you are not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and vote for some girl. You can vote for her every day. It's free. Link is on the description and it's also pinned on the comment. Moving on to Plum. Plum, Shabula. Rafana Lawyer, MTHEMBU. We have a central defensive midfielder lapha, and beginning of the season, the coaches were sleeping on him basically, but now he's showing what he can do. And yes, he lost the ball, but it was a bad pass to him. And basically, yonke into a push that we're trying to do through the middle, Blom was just there. Okay. And the freedom that it gives to Madness, not Dolly, is what makes our football even better, because they can go forward without worrying Guti Kunembobe swing. So it's just so beautiful to watch him play and destroy other people's efforts into going forward. So I also give him a 9 out of 10. I'm not giving anyone a 10 out of 10. To do that, you must score, clear the ball off the off the line, assist, and do everything. So he gets a 9. Then Umat, what we expected, no unnecessary shots on target, just playing the ball, progressing the ball forward, and just being solid overall, not being overrun, not doing anything. I won't say anything much about Umat except that I'm giving him an 8. Totally same thing with Umat, really progressing the ball forward, finding passes sideways, covering ground, and just doing everything that you need from an attacking midfielder. And the midfielder in general, close down spaces. If you are not on the ball and make movements, pass the ball, beautiful stuff. 8 out of 10. Actually, I just noticed Guti rating yak I didn't write because I was debating in my head. Guti, what rating should I actually give him? Because his performance yake is still standard, good, really good, and he gives you what you expect from him. Take players on, faka nje abadlali under pressure, bafake nje enkingeni, and all the time be a pain in their behind and make sure Guti they are not breathing easily, but it can allow my obvious mistakes. So good, sometimes he can pass the ball and then run, but instead he insists on getting the ball and running with it. So he still gets an 8 out of 10. And then Ashley is actually going to get a lower rating now, because as much as okay, he was taking on his cousin and playing well, but just calm down, bro. You'll be fine, because the more you panic and you miss more chances, then you are putting yourself under more pressure. So please, Ashley, please, bro, calm down. He gets a 7 out of 10. And then the Caleb, the Pimenyimana. Yeah! How Caleb wait. So Caleb, for him, he also made his own mistakes, but converting 3 penalties is no joke, and staying calm and composed and picking a spot 3 times in one match, that's no joke. So Caleb, he gets a 9 out of 10 because of, well, he would have gotten a 10 if he had converted all the other chances that he got as well. But he gets a 9 out of 10 as well. And then we move on to Ama subs, to Nkosingphile Zolo, played without any pressure on him. And we saw what he can do. And obviously, he can be much better with more game time. And I won't talk much about him. He gets a 7 out of 10. Uzwane, he did not get much time to play, but the glimpses that we saw, you see with that performance, if it was longer, we deserve a 7 out of 10 as well. And then Solomon Zgwayene didn't have much to do when he got in. He was just like standard, trying to keep the ball, pass the ball around, and until the game finishes. So he didn't have much to do really. So he gets a 6. Peterson, I said we're gonna need Khune because of Peterson. If I understand, we need to get the ball, play the ball forward, as to suffocate them, because into that helps with just being constantly on people is that they make mistakes like yesterday. ugcine if ubafaka under pressure bazogcina becommit ama-foul unnecessary or doing things they're not supposed to do. So Peterson needs to learn that, and because of that he did do well with aerial balls, winning them and catching them and whatever. So that was good from him, but I need him to have agents to know good. We still need more goals. One goal is not good enough, so he gets a 6 out of 10. What did you think of the match, guys? Please don't forget to vote for Samge. Give me your player ratings down on the comment section below. I will see you next time, and until such time as that, next time, remember, equals Albelo Moya.